What's going on, folks? Welcome back to CEVO TV, Battlefield 4 version. We are in the playoffs still for the beta tournament. We've actually been on a little bit of a break. We've been waiting on the results of the Axiom hashtag free match, and Axiom ultimately forfeiting that match, conceding to hashtag free, formerly known as Exertis EU, the European Exertis roster, parting ways with that company and kind of striking it out on their own, so to speak. They are now hashtag free, going up against Project Mayhem, the South American Phenom team that kind of flew under the radar in the group stages, but really made a splash in the playoffs after beating some pretty strong opponents. And actually, let's go take a look at the brackets. I'll show you some of the teams that they beat to get to where they are now. Let's see. Boom, there we go. So here we are down in the lower bracket, round 6, hashtag free versus Project Mayhem. The winner of this match will move on to face No Mercy Gaming, who beat Noobs in War in a unimpressive 4v5 matchup. Unfortunately, Noobs, I think one of their players had a power outage in that match and they could not get a fifth. Played through it anyways, and of course No Mercy getting the easy win, moving on to the lower bracket round of 7. But let's go back and take a look at what Project Mayhem did when they first got into the playoffs. You'll see they started out against Exertis NA, probably the second best team in the tournament at the time, although they had kind of started to make their way out of BF4. A lot of their top players that got them to that point had stopped playing, so they kind of had some fill-in guys playing, and they didn't have the chemistry and the team play that they once had. But not to take anything away from Project Mayhem, obviously a strong performance to win 2-0 over, like I said, probably the best NA team at the time and the second best in the tournament behind only Epsilon Esports. Then in the second round of the upper bracket for the playoffs, they played Vivacity Esports, and Vivacity, curiously enough, was the only team to actually beat Mayhem up to this point. They beat them in the group stages on, I think it was Golmud Railway, but I'm not exactly sure. I'd have to go back and check that. But obviously one map in that case in the group stages, and they were able to beat Mayhem. But in this case, Mayhem beating Vivacity in a close one 2-1 in a 3-mapper, and then moving on to face Axiom Gaming, who they beat soundly 2-0. And of course, I had predicted Mayhem to lose in all 3 of these matches, and they proved me wrong in all 3 of those matches. Ultimately, though, they ran into the brick wall that was Epsilon Esports, the best team in the tournament, one of the best in the world right now, and just too much for Project Mayhem. They got bumped into the lower bracket where they sit now, and they will face hashtag free. Now, hashtag free, on the other hand, formerly, I keep calling them the artist. It's kind of a Prince homage. The team formerly known as Exertis EU, as most of you will know them as. They're probably up there as the second or third best team in the tournament. They're a UK team, European squad, great teamwork, and they've only gotten better as the season has gone on. Coming into the playoffs, taking out a pretty strong Warchild team, although not really world beaters, but beating them in 2 maps. Taking out Nexus NA, who at that point had come a long way since the first defeat to Exertis in the first round of the group stages. They were kind of in shambles at that point where Nexus, they didn't have a solid, consistent lineup, and they hadn't had a lot of reps with the people they did have playing, so obviously the chemistry was lacking. So they had gotten a lot better, as you see, they crushing performance over Team Crimson in the previous round, and they were on a roll, hoping to get another crack at Exertis EU, or now hashtag free, and Nexus just couldn't get it done. Hashtag once again showing up. It was a close match. I remember actually casting that one. It was close, closer than the 2-0 might tell you, but ultimately hashtag moving on, and again losing to Epsilon Esports. So a little bit of a similar story for hashtag free and Project Mayhem, as ultimately both of those teams losing to Epsilon to put them in the position they are now. And at this point, we are trying to get I think we have everyone on the server, so let's switch to the match stream. Yes, there we go. We have the lineups. Mayhem has Assault, Fix, Janitor, PD1, and Swagner. And Interesting enough, they're rocking the Infused tag, so maybe hashtag Free has changed their name again. Reminded me of another team from BF3 that'll go unnamed. But they got Revo, Tom, Pesty, Bambi, and Conafire. The only ones I recognize are Revo and Bambi. I'm not sure if this is a retooled lineup for hashtag or if they've got some backups planned or what. But it's interesting because if hashtag doesn't have a really solid lineup, I could see Mayhem taking this match. Ultimately, I would have picked hashtag from the get-go to win. I just think they have the experience and the chemistry and the firepower to overcome the coordination that is Mayhem. But again, if they don't have the top guys from their team, I think that prediction would change. Because I know Mayhem has been putting in the work. Heck, I saw them scrimming in their own server right before this match started. So their guns are warm, and they're gunning to win this match and make a run at the lower bracket so they can get another crack at Epsilon. So I'm kind of torn on who I want to pick here. I think I would have picked hashtag Free 2-1 in a 3-mapper over Mayhem. But if this is a retooled or perhaps a depleted hashtag Free, Infused, whatever their name is now, lineup, I might give it a 2-0 to Mayhem. I just think they're going to be more prepared and ultimately going to want it more than hashtag. I mean, I don't know if maybe they're just checked out, not even really worried about winning this match or not. You don't know. I mean, you got one guy who's not even really rocking the tag. He might be just a random pickup to make sure they have 5 and can actually play the game. So I think we are going to get this match underway here shortly. Once again, this is the CEVO Battlefield 4 Beta Cup. It's the 5v5 domination format, and we are in the playoffs, the lower bracket, round 6. It's a matchup between two heavy hitters in this tournament, Project Mayhem, the South American Surprise, coming out swinging in the winners bracket and ultimately losing to Epsilon. And, of course, Infused, a.k.a. hashtag Free, a.k.a. Exertus EU, another strong team that also lost to Epsilon to get to this point in the lower bracket. For those that don't know, if you're interested in playing some competitive Battlefield 4, CEVO is hosting a season format that is open now for signups. I think that you can still get in there, although they will be closing soon. So you certainly want to get at it quickly if you haven't already. That's at www.cevo.com. And IMS, for those of you that don't know, if you are interested in following me on Twitter, you can find me at MESBF. You can follow CEVO at CEVO. Both of those Twitters will keep you updated on casts that, and this is definitely not live because we haven't seen Mayhem spawn yet. At least I don't think. We got a couple spawning in. You know, curiously enough, Lancang Dam, the map that it's the default that will be the first map for this playoff match. They've actually fixed the spawns in a patch that was a couple weeks ago, whereas both teams spawned on this side in the street. For the get-go, for the breakout, you'd have one team, I think it was the Chinese team, would spawn over here in the corner, and then the Russians, I think, spawned down here below C. So obviously they had the quick beeline to C and ultimately the B flag, and the Chinese players would, you know, some people would take pot shots at them breaking out on this side, and then you'd have the other guys basically going to A and trying to get B. So it's certainly an unfair breakout, but now they fixed it to where you've got the Russians actually spawning over here by Alpha, and it's a bit of an offset for the Chinese as they're kind of at the stairs here near the C flag. So it's kind of an even push to both gimmies, the A and the C flag, and then it's a dogfight for Bravo. So it does certainly balance the map from the breakout perspective a little bit, but not really a huge change. Still glad to see that it did get fixed by DICE. And interesting enough, on Lancang Dam, roof play can be extremely huge, both in the positive and the negative effectives, in negative categories. I've seen teams utilize the rooftops exceptionally well, using them to get some easy picks and then dropping down to take the flags. But I've also seen other teams expend too much energy on top of the roof and ultimately keep themselves off of the plays by staying up there too long and not making a move. So it'll be interesting to see if either of these teams employ the roofs at all in this match and how effective they do end up being. I think we are, well, no, we're still waiting on a fifth to get in for Project Mayhem. But hopefully we'll get this match underway shortly. If you haven't already done so, please click the follow button on the bottom left-hand side of the viewer window. That'll basically let you know whenever we're streaming again. We're going to bring you all the CEVO Battlefield 4 playoff action and, of course, Season 4 once it starts here shortly. You should certainly head over to CEVO.com. Check out the crowdfunding. That's a new feature they've got going on where essentially you can donate money to the prize pool for the game of your choice. It doesn't have to be Battlefield. If you're playing some of the other games that CEVO hosts, you can donate to that prize pool as well. And 100% of that money that you donate goes into the prize pot. There's no money skimmed off the top as a fee for CEVO at all. It's just to sweeten the deal for you if you want to kind of do that. A lot of the games already have pretty sizable pools offered up by CEVO, but you can add to that if you want to donate. I know CSGO has gotten at least 1,000 more already on top of the initial pot, so certainly go check that out. Obviously, the Season 4 signups are open. Get a team together, go over there, and sign up if you haven't already. Certainly get readied up as well. If you're looking for a team, you can check out the forums. There are plenty of teams looking. If you are a team that is looking for players, you can do the same. Certainly utilize the profiles on CEVO. One of the neat things that I've found about it is that if you set up kind of your social media links, it'll all be shown on your profile, and particularly the Twitch streams. Whenever you're streaming, will be linked on the CEVO page, and obviously the cream kind of rises to the top, so the streams that have decent viewers already will be shown on the CEVO watch page. So if there's no matches going on for CEVO, if you go to the CEVO watch page, it'll just be CEVO players that are streaming. And obviously you have a list of them on the right, and the ones that have the highest viewers will be up there. So if you're trying to get a little bit more exposure, put your Twitch stream in your profile and get a little pub from CEVO. And once again, I am Mess. Appreciate you guys tuning in. Normally I got Brett FX with me, but he is casting the WEL South American Tens tournament right now. Check him out at Brett FX on Twitter, and I think that is also his Twitch channel, Brett FX, BRETTFX. You can find me on Twitter at MessBF, that's M3SSBF. Certainly follow CEVO, on Twitter at CEVO, CEVO. Still waiting for this match to get underway. I think we finally do have 10 in. Actually, I'm jabbering on. I think they might be live. I apologize, guys. I was not watching the screen. No, this isn't live. This can't be live. They're still screwing around. There we go. Now they're restarting. Thanks again for tuning in, everyone. We appreciate you. This is the Battlefield 4 CEVO Beta Cup playoffs. We're in the lower bracket, round 6. Hashtag free versus Project Mayhem, and we are gonna see the breakout here with Infused, aka hashtag free, on the Russian side up here by A, and we've got Project Mayhem, the South American Phenoms, down here on the bottom, pushing towards the C flag. Let's get ready to rumble, folks. Hopefully we got ourselves a barn burner. I think this is going to be an even matchup, particularly on this map. And the loser of this map will pick the second map, but is in the driver's seat for the match, so you certainly want to come out swinging here to start things off. The countdown is rolling down, and we are going to kick things off. We're going to see the breakout here. It's probably going to be pretty traditional. You'll see both teams going towards the gimme with push towards Bravo flag, and we see one player from each team, that's Infused and Fix, pushing into the plaza area. But actually, a quick end around by Tom. Not quick, a long end around. But we're seeing Fix actually be aggressive towards A. Mayhem ultimately winning the day on Bravo, but we're going to see a push from Pesty. Oh, gets taken down by PD1. So on the breakout, we do see Project Mayhem taking the 2-flag burn. But just like that, we've got Infused pushing up onto the couch burn here at Bravo, watching from Bambi. His teammate Conifier goes down. PD1 is peeking on him. He knows one's above him. Gonna try to turn the corner on Assault. He takes him down, but gets taken out from the side. He is flashing. We're seeing 3 Mayhem on the B flag. They are going to take control of it. We're watching from Fix. He's going to drop back behind counter. We're taking a look at the overhead. We've got a 3-man push here from Exertus. Slow playing it, waiting on the spawns. They were getting the max spawns here on Lankang to come up the stairwell. 191 to 181, a quick lead for Project Mayhem. B is flashing and receiving a push onto the C flag. Oh, and a nade just destroys Tom. He immediately goes down. Bambi, meanwhile, takes the B flag for Exertus. But we're watching from Assault, who's on the backside, and he goes down to Conifier. Nice job there. And Mayhem is kind of stuck here on the C flag. Bambi being aggressive, but gets fragged by Janitor, but a 98 assist. Conifier hanging out at the couch. A good response by Exertus. Hashtag Infused, whatever you want to call these guys. Nice job to respond to the good breakout for Project Mayhem as Swagner is flagged by Conifier. He's peeking on bridge with his teammate, playing off each other pretty well here. A couple of nades out. Yeah, minis are legal here in the CEVO Beta Cup. So you'll see a lot of mini spam, particularly on this map. This can be quite effective in these small rooms, small buildings. As Assault shot down by Conifier. Conifier, a guy who I'm not really sure who he is. Not rocking the tag, but performing extremely well for his team. Top fragging in the server, 7-3, 7-4 now. We're watching Pesty. He's rocking that Scar H as he lays down Swagger. Looking at the overhead, it's looking like Exertus is going to get isolated on that B flag. It's a double gimme for Project Mayhem. A little bit of a peek from Assault. Oh, but he cannot. Oh, he does react. Takes out Bambi. Good job. It's a close game, 163 to 160. Gets caught sleeping there as Tom wastes. Janitor coming up behind. Oh, he just completely whiffed with that one. What was he thinking? He's retreating as A and B go under the control of Project Mayhem. Looking for an end around from Pesty. Oh, and he gets a nice shot on the Fix through the broken wall. A couple of nades out. Gives himself away, though, in the detectors. They're going to hear him. Reloading on the run. Gets a team spawn. 3 of them there on the Bravo flag. This is going to be a quick burn and a quick cap for Infused. But we do see A was flashing. Looks like they secured it. And a nice kill from PD1. Catches one sleeping, peeking over the window there. Didn't even see him down there at the B flag and takes him out. Nice job there. It's 150 to 151. Neck and neck here to start the first round on Lankang Dam. And we're seeing a slow play push from Project Mayhem. On the backside spawn. And look at Pesty prone in the corner behind the bush. Sounds like a game of Clue as he is killed by Swagner. Looking for the revive on his teammate Assault. Gets the 100. That's a good revive there. Doesn't have to drop a med pack. B is flashing. Going to go under the control of Project Mayhem. It's the only flag they don't have any. Finally taking the flag as Exertus has control of A and C. We're watching from Pesty again. Couple of nades out. Gets one kill. Gets a second kill. It's a double mini kill. Oh, as finally he eats one of his own. A little bit of payback is a mofo. As Revo gets the 20 revive on him and re-securing Charlie. Nice job by Infused. They now have a roughly 20 ticket lead as a bad spawn for Project Mayhem. 3 of them out in the plaza area. They're going to get split up as looks like PD1's going to go on his lonesome over to the Alpha flag, but Pesty taking out Fix on the spawn. Nice job. A little bit slow on the reaction as Revo pushes up into the C flag, and he's going to nooch it as a momentary triple cap for Infused, but they're going to give up A. Yes, as Project Mayhem does take Alpha, and Revo is watching that C flag intently. But Exertus being aggressive here. We're seeing Conifire already going for the triple cap as they do secure it. They take Alpha, and it looks like Mayhem got wiped in the process as they're all spawned on the backside of A. We're seeing Fix have to come in through Bravo flag. He gets a friendly spawn on him. It's 2 of them, and he gets taken out from behind from A side. Just a really purely dominant performance by Infused in the second half of this map so far. They've just really put their foot on the gas pedal, jumped out to a sizable lead over Project Mayhem, 145 to 78 at this point, and a triple cap firmly under their control. This is a map that you don't see that held very long because the flags are so not necessarily spread out, but there's a lot of ground to cover in between them, and there's multiple levels as well, so it's hard to spread your team out and cover those 3 flags. As finally A gets nooched, we're going to see Mayhem take control of that one. We're seeing a 2-man push for Mayhem. Looks like up on the C flag. Assault running out of bullets, has to retreat down to his pistol, and he gets fragged in the back. 142 to 61. And it just looks like Infuse is really heating up at this point, whereas Mayhem is kind of on the back foot. Almost a 100-ticket lead now. And look at the setup. We're seeing a nice setup from Exertus. Although Conifire getting a little aggressive on the outside. He did get 1 pick, but ultimately a worthless one as they get the revive. Bambi playing conservatively on the B flag. Takes 1. Takes a second. Can he get the 3-piece? No, he can't. Swagner is there to clean it up and get the revives for his teammate. That's a huge play for Swag. But Tom, a nice rotation, takes out PD1. Takes out... Oh, no, he can't quite get Swagner, and just playing the numbers are Mayhem. A nice job playing off of each other, getting the reses. Just basically zerging the B flag, although they still haven't gotten on the burn to actually take the flag. They're looking for frags, and no one's actually trying to get on the burn, as Exertus is being opportunistic and moving over to A. As they know that Project Mayhem has committed most of their forces to the Bravo flag, and of course they are going to lose it finally. Mayhem takes it, but just like that, just a flip-flop. Conifire getting a frag on steps on Assault. Looking for a second one, playing off his teammate, gets half of it. And just a great job by Infused in responding to what Mayhem is doing, because they know at this point they're outgunning them. It's 68-40 in their favor to 43-56 for Project Mayhem in the KDR department, and they're just outgunning them. So if they play smart, Mayhem, they're great at playing off of each other and using their bodies and kind of zerging, but when you're up against a team that's as smart as these guys are and as experienced, they can play disciplined enough to not let that kind of zerg overwhelm them. As Pesty, it's a triple kill. Beautiful play, using that scar to his advantage. A little bit of slow rate of fire, but extremely accurate. And it's going to be a huge, huge ticket lead for Infused moving into the second round of this first map. 130 tickets. I really don't think that Mayhem is going to be able to come back from that kind of deficit in this map. So, you know, ultimately they got to start thinking about what map are they going to pick. What do they think they can defeat Infused Exertus hashtag on? You know, what is it that didn't work on this map that will work on another map? Now, ultimately, I would think instead of this type of map where the flags are kind of not in a traditional linear shape and there's a lot of obstacles in between them, you might want to pick maybe a Dawnbreaker, you know, a linear map where you can play some spots and be disciplined. But, you know, at the same time, I just feel like Exertus might be too much for Project Mayhem. These guys have Mayhem has great teamwork. But at this level, when you get to this point in the tournament, when you're knocking on the door of the finals again, it really does come down to gunplay and who can out-frag. And at this point, it's clearly Infused that's able to do that. So let's swap out the scoreboard. As hashtag free again, 130 ticket victory in that first round on this first map. Gotta think that Mayhem's not going to be able to come back from that, but hey, they've proven me wrong several times in this tournament already. I've bet against them and eaten my words many times, so let's see if they can do it again as we kick off the breakout from round number 2 and map 1. It's playoffs, baby! And this time, neither team breaking out towards Plaza. Seeing Revo peek a little bit. 2 of Mayhem taking Alpha. 3 of them pushing into Bravo. Let's go to PD1's perspective. Blitzkrieging into the B flag. And I think he hears the footsteps. Oh, wow! Man, he should have got the 2-piece there. But his teammate cleans it up for him. That's Fix. Gets the revive. And Project Mayhem going to win the day on Bravo. They're going to take control of it. And let's see if they play discipline here. PD1 not pushing up. They want to draw a line in the sand here as Exertus is going to try to push fast into the Bravo flag to retake control of it. These guys are aggressive and they're going to bet on their guns to win out. As Pesty takes down Fix. But he gets wasted from the back corner detector side. Watch it from Tom. He's moved into the middle and now there is no cover. As he gets a headshot on Swagner. That's a nice shot there. There is no cover here as they've blown out the walls. Those walls are basically paper mache. They're terracotta. You sneeze on them and they fall apart. So now you can see through and get some shots on people. You got to watch all angles and all corners when you're in there. That office lobby area is not as safe as it once was when those walls are blown open. Tom doing work with that Scar. Can he get the second? Runs out of bullets. Pulls out the mag. No, it's the Rex. Gets the 2-piece on Fix. A bit of a choke on Fix's part. I think he should have been able to take Tom out there as he did run out of ammo. And Exertus with the triple cap, putting their foot on the gas here on the second round of Lankang Dam, already up 130 tickets over Project Mayhem from round 1. And Mayhem here on the backside of Streets, behind Bravo flag, watching Janitor, getting some nice hit markers on someone at A, but the communication from Exertus flawless as someone rotates through the doorway. That's Bambi. We're seeing a 2-man push from Mayhem. Wasted in the stairwell is Fix. Swagner is also there. He's trying to get the revive. Good play off of each other. Again, this is the zerging that Mayhem has kind of resorted to against Infused because they can't win the one-on-ones, the one-on-twos. It's just too much firepower. As there you see it, a 2-on-1 for Mayhem, ultimately winning out and taking control of Alpha. But jumping out to a sizable lead is Infused, 183 to 146. And again, all they have to do is drop Mayhem down below that 130 ticket mark, and they will win this map and force a second one, which Mayhem will ultimately then have to pick. I feel like I'm saying a lot. It's a verbal tick. Sorry, guys, if you're noticing that. I'll try to not use it as much. But yes, 8 tickets left for Mayhem. They have got to make a move here or they will lose this map. And that's just it. That's going to do it. We're going to see Exertus hashtag free Infused winning map 1 in convincing fashion. And I know Mayhem is the team that actually likes to play out the maps. I'm not sure how Exertus feels. Them being a Euro team, I would figure that they typically want to move on to the next map. And another thing, they're European, so it's probably pretty late for them. I would think they would want to ultimately move on. There it is, ultimately. I gotta stop doing that. I would think they would want to move on to the second map since this one is essentially over. This is garbage time. It does not matter. You know, Mayhem has lost this map, but they will choose the second one, perhaps, and they are going to move on. I appreciate them doing that. That is a smart play. It's respectful to Exertus, given that they are European and they are 5 or 6 hours ahead of us right now. And it is a weeknight. Some of us on the East Coast might be snowed in, but these Brits have work in the morning, so let's help them out. And it looks like it will be a lockers. So as I suspected, picking a map that's not so flag hoppy, but at the same time, this is a frag heavy map, and you got to think that Exertus is going to maintain their frag KDR advantage over Mayhem. I think we could see a 2-0 here because #free just really has the discipline and the guns to not allow Mayhem to overwhelm them with their blitzkrieg tactics. And I'm not sure. I don't think we're not going live here. It is still waiting on one for infused #Exertus. I really don't know what to call these guys anymore to get in the server. Switch up the scoreboard. Once again, I really appreciate you guys tuning in. This is Civo TV. I'm Mess casting solo tonight. Brett FX unfortunately could not be with me, but he will be back with me soon, I'm sure. We will be moving on towards the grand finals for the Battlefield 4 Beta Cup tournament. Season sign-ups are open now, so head on over to Civo.com and get yourself signed up if you're interested in playing some competitive Battlefield 4. Contrary to popular belief, it is still alive and people are still playing it. I understand that some people are frustrated with the game in its current condition, myself included, but if you're still having fun, by all means, continue playing competitively. Civo is there for you to host it for you. There's plenty of teams already signed up. I think we've got roughly 60 or 65 signed up, and I think 45 or so-ish are readied. So a really good crop already signed up for this tournament. We got AAA actually from Europe signed up this time. That's Against All Authority, one of the top teams in Europe now. They've risen through the ranks kind of over the past few Go 4 Cups and EMS Cups, and they've kind of established themselves as one of those top teams. There's certainly some good competition still out there. Obviously, Project Mayhem, they're signed up for the next Cup. If you're trying to get a team of your own, set one up and sign up. Or find a team that's looking for players. There are plenty of them. So head on over there and sign up. If you want to donate to the prize pool, check out our crowdfunding. You can donate to other games. You can donate to CSGO, Dota 2, TF2. Let's see what else they got. They got CS 1.6. There's COD 4. I think there's a back to BF3 league. All kinds of stuff going on over at Civo.com. If you're looking to play some free competitive gaming, no entry fees or nothing, check out Civo. They've got pretty much any game you can think of over there. And they're certainly open to actually new games. I know they've talked about... oh, look, I think we got Brett FX calling me. Hello, Brett.
How's it going?
Hey, what's up, man? Welcome.
Just finished up my 10v10 cast.
Nice. I told you guys he would be back.
Yeah.
The one, the only. The Brett. How did that match go?
It was a good match. It was a very good match. And I'm trying to get into the server.
I will give you the info, and you can hop on in. I think we are still waiting on some players to get in. We got Exertus, #Infused. I don't know what to call them now. They've changed their names so many times.
They are officially right now Infused, as they are sponsored by them. It's primarily a UK team, but they actually have multiple other gaming teams. I was looking at them the other day, and I think they got a COD team. They have, I believe, a Dota or a League team, as well as some other stuff. So they are out there. Nice. They are doing some stuff, and actually they'll be playing in a LAN, UK LAN, and not too long, I believe, here in the next month or so. So they're already going to be getting their way paved to the LAN.
Paid, son, taken care of like a true pro. Yeah, and it looks, has their lineup been retooled a little bit? I mean, I recognize Revo, I recognize Bambi. Conifire, I'm not sure if I recognize Pesty, and I can't remember who their fifth was, but I mean, are they still rocking the same guys, or have they added some people? What's the deal? Do you know?
I'm trying to look at their roster right now. Let's take a look. Let's take a look. All
Let's
right,
take a
right
look,
now,
sir.
Bambi is a regular, Pesty is a regular, Revo is a regular, Tomb is a regular, or Tom, that's Phantom. Confire, I don't really know if that's one of their guys who have switched up their names. Usually we'll be seeing Hadokens play for them.
Yes, that's who they're missing.
He is not on at the moment. They do have 6 players. Jack Frags is their 6th. I doubt that's Jack Frags. I think that he's going to be playing Titanfall tonight because he did get into that beta, so I doubt that's going to be him playing and switching his name up to something like that. So I don't think that's him. But yeah, it looks like a pretty standard lineup for the most part for them. Now, I missed the FERPS map, so how did that go?
Well, it was Lancang Dam, and it was pretty much all infused. It started off pretty close. They were neck and neck up until about the 150, 140 ticket mark, and then Infused just put their foot on the gas pedal and won by 130 tickets.
Well, actually, Lancing Dam is like their go-to map. Anytime that they get to pick a map, it's been Lancing Dam. So
interesting. You're saying Infused. That's their map?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. That's been their map that I've seen them going to, and not just for this event, although they have done it, but also for the EMS series, as you can pick your one of your maps there, and they've picked that for their map up there. So pretty interesting stuff. Probably one of their strongest maps. There are some faults to it, depending on the team. Obviously, they like to stick to the roofs quite a bit, which I imagine is what Infused did. They at least left probably Tom up on top of either C or A roof the majority of the time. Am I correct?
I didn't actually notice the roofs. I was watching FPS most of the time, but I think they did.
Yeah.
Because they were able to hold the flag solo pretty well.
Yeah, they probably did because that's what they really like to do. They like to sit up on those rooftops, and it's one of the annoying things about Lancing Dam. But it also, depending on the team that you're playing, it can be hampering. I've seen teams lose because they put way too much emphasis on trying to stay on top of those roofs.
Right.
They end up, because you're not on a flag. Here's the thing: you have to be on the burn to make a difference in this map. And if you're just getting frags, which we've seen guys, get 3, 4, 5 kills up on top of those rooftops, but eventually they get shot out and the flag is capped, or that whole entire time they're getting those frags, they're not on that flag, and guess what? Tickets are draining.
Right.
They're just going down and down and down, and that makes a difference. And sometimes you can get trapped up there and it's not too good. But we are not going to be playing on Lancing Dam anymore. We're going to be playing on Operation Locker, which is a totally different map here. And it's going to be interesting to see how both of these teams, come out on top of this, especially since we're having everybody dropping out. I don't know what the deal is here. Maybe they had some really bad ping issues going on, but actually neither of the teams should have any issues with pings, as they're both about the same.
Yeah, interesting enough, we've got a South American team against a European team. So both of them are high pingers. I think they're playing on an Atlanta server or something. It's Mayhem server. So I guess you consider it centralized for where these teams are located. But all of them are going to be rocking above 100. So it really shouldn't be an issue because they're all bad, basically.
Yeah. So it'll be interesting to see though what their strats is going to be on this particular map. Probably not one of Infused's stronger maps, I would say. But then again, Infused does get to play with teams like Fnatic, Dignitas, MYM, Epsilon,
AAA,
Planet Key, AAA, yeah. Which AAA did not make it into the DreamHack Finals.
Whoa, really?
Yeah, AAA did not make it into the DreamHack Finals. I actually have a video that I'm going to be uploading this weekend that kind of goes over some of the stuff that happened in the last couple of weeks for esports stuff. But AAA did not make it. They were beat out, and I think it was by Planet Key, if I'm not mistaken.
Wow.
But I
was just talking about them earlier. How they were kind of an up-and-comer European team and not making it. Man, disappointing.
I don't know. I don't know if it's disappointing. It was interesting. I kind of like to see that kind of stuff going back and forth, as it was an interesting match to watch. But we will be having the DreamHack Finals happening on March 1st, I believe. Everything's decided for it, so it's going to be pretty cool matchups to see there. But
they've switched the map to Golmud Railway, so perhaps Mayhem picked this map and not lockers, and I'm curious about that because I feel like this map is kind of similar to Land King, it's got the L-shaped layout with the flags, albeit a little bit closer, and you can utilize those rooftop peaks pretty well on this map. I don't know. I'm not kind of sure. This is a surprising pick to me for Mayhem, if this is indeed what they picked.
I could see Mayhem picking this map. We've seen them play on it before, and they didn't do too bad on it. The thing is that they will be playing against Infused, who is actually probably going to be fairly decent on this map. I've seen Euro teams doing really, really well on this matchup here. So it's going to be a tough fight. It's really going to be who gets the better breakouts on the Russian side. It'll be interesting to see what comes out. But have you seen actually the spawn?
Have they modified the spawns on this one as well?
Well, have you seen the spawn train at the very beginning, all the way to A?
I don't know if I have seen that, Strat.
One of the EU teams, I can't remember off the top of my head who they were, but they actually spawn train. Okay, so you know where the Chinese spawn is, right? It's all the way up on the top left-hand side of the map. It's really annoying.
Right, by that little
up there.
shack
They
over
they actually got all the way over there to where the road. Yeah, they got all the way over to the road before the match started.
By spawn training?
By spawn, basically what you do, guys, is you spawn in, you turn around, you let your buddy spawn in, then you suicide. Then you spawn on him when he turns around, and what it does is it pushes you further and further and further and further up the map. They made it almost all the way to A before the match started.
Oh, wow.
It was crazy. It was
like
crazy.
some Shanghai stuff. Man, that's crazy.
Yeah, but I'm looking at the EMS final stuff. We have Fnatic and Dignitas, Pyrogen. Pyrogen was the team I was thinking of. They kind of they didn't really come out of nowhere, but they've always been a factor, but just for them to do what they did was just amazing. But you got Pyrogen and Icy Box, who ended up making it. MYM, Team UMAV, and Planet Key Dynamics and Epsilon ended up making it. So very cool stuff there, as all of those teams will be heading up. A lot different than what we saw in DreamHack Winter. So it's going to be pretty interesting to see what comes out of it. It's going to be a cool matchup.
Yeah. Lots of things happening, and we are moving towards the conclusion of the CEVO Beta Cup. It's looking like it's all Epsilon at this point, but Infused, perhaps the one team that could potentially dethrone them. I really don't see any of the NEA teams left in the tournament doing that. It seems like they might be the only hope to potentially beat those guys. I don't know. What do you think, Brett?
Honestly, I think Epsilon's going to take this match, or this tournament. I don't think that anybody in this particular event can do it, even Infused. I mean, they do have to play against some of the best teams all the time, but they have not shown that they can, beat them on a consistent basis. They have beat them, and I've seen them do it, but not consistently. So I'm going to give basically the win for the whole tournament to Epsilon at this moment. I mean, we have, 2 matches left? 3 matches left. Is whoever wins this one is going to be playing off against No Mercy?
Yes, the winner of this match will play with No Mercy. Actually, let's go ahead and bring up the brackets for folks to see again. That'll be the lower bracket round 7. And then the winner of that match goes on to face Slap in the lower bracket finals. As you can see on the screen there, folks, yes, we are at the hashtag Free Project Mayhem match. The winner of this match faces No Mercy. The winner of that one faces Slap. And Slap already lost 2-0 to Epsilon. And I talked to Acid Reamer. He says their heart might not be in it at this point, so they're not really going to make a huge run at it. So you got to think that hashtag will probably get through No Mercy and probably Slap to get to Epsilon. And as you said, not likely that they're going to dethrone them, especially the fact that they have to beat them twice because they're coming out of the lower bracket. So looking like it's all Epsilon at this point.
But I'm not really sure how exactly that setup is going to work.
Is it 2 best of 3s?
What I've seen done, I don't think it's going to be 2 best of 3s, although I've seen some curveballs being thrown at me before on that one. If I was making the rules for it, if I was doing this particular tournament, I would do just a straight up 3 maps. And then that would be it. Winner does it all. But I don't know. We'll see what happens. So hopefully we'll be getting going here pretty soon, as all 5 players for each team are in. 1 second left to go. It looks like this is going to be live, as I believe it is. We do have a 3-2 breakout over here for Mayhem, they're going to be making their way over onto A, and a 4-1 breakout for Infuse is they're going to be pushing 4 guys down onto that B flag, getting a super early cap. And I think they have the right idea here, trying to get A, making a big push for it right now, 2-man push for it right now. They should be able to get it, I believe, if their gun skills are on par tonight.
We are watching Revo here. It is on dirt. Gets a nice headshot on Swagner through the concrete. He's going to get a res on Conifier. They're going to make a push probably. Actually, no, they're going to double back towards Bravo, not making a move towards Alpha as their teammates, Bambi and Tom, already have taken control of it. We're seeing a huge push by it looks like Mayhem onto the gray building. Janitor is already inside, taking out one from the lower level. His teammate Swag goes down. He's going to come up the steps. He goes for the res. He's going to peek the corner. And he takes down Pesty. Nice job there. Drops a med pack for him. He only had a few. Oh, and it looks like one of Infuse was there to finish the job. And they are going to maintain control of that extremely important gray building as B is nooced. Mayhem does take control of it after that fight on the gray building, Brett.
Yeah, it does look like they're going to be able to win this out. They did lose B, though, in the process, and Mayhem has a pretty good hold on it right now. They do have one out in the backfield over there towards field, and they have another one sitting over into B house. So they have it pretty much locked down. But the thing is that they are going to be losing C here in just a second because Infuse is also going to be sitting really nice in their defenses. They have one sitting over here into connector building. That's going to be Revo, and we're going to have 2 of them sitting over in the gray house. Pesty, though, going to be making his way down into it. Maybe able to pick up Janitor if he is not watching, and he is going to be able to take him down. So now Assault's the only one that's going to be left up, and we might be seeing a 3-cap here in just a second if Mayhem is not careful.
Yeah, Assault, the only man standing over here on Bravo. He's in the B building. Gets a team spawn on him, so he's probably going to survive here. Oh, they're getting a head glitch peek over on the rock. He gets flanked from behind, goes down on the B flag. A is getting nooced by Mayhem, getting taken by PD1 as they do maintain control of Bravo. No, Janitor finally does go down, so a nice 3-man rotation from Infuse to take control of Bravo. It's going to be a CB hold as all of Mayhem is spawned on the opposite side of the map, and it looks like they're going to push 3 towards C, Brett.
Yeah, it does look like they're going to try. I really don't agree with that. I mean, I just don't like. You guys know, if you've watched any cast that I have done on this particular map, you know I do not like the AC hold or the BC hold. It just doesn't really suit me, especially since you're going to get some back spawns, which we just saw happening right now for Infuse, as they are going to be getting some back spawns going off on there. But honestly, you know, Mayhem's going to be playing on the back foot this entire time, as they did lose map number 1. So they really, really have to win this. They have to come out swinging, and they have to really put the nail in the coffin. They can't lose this round because they are technically on the harder round, I would say. If they can win this one by about 40 or 50 tickets, I think they'll be able to take this map. But right now, I'm just not sure. I mean, there's a lot of back and forth going on. B flag is going to get contested at the moment. We do have kind of no lines right now, as we do have, I think this is Janitor pushing way up into connector. Revo is going to be the only other person there. I don't know if he's out of ammo or what, but Revo's only using a pistol. Spots out Janitor, and he's not going to be connecting with any of those shots. That was horrible right there. Janitor knows that he's going to be coming around, and he does end up getting taken down. So while it doesn't seem like he did a whole lot, he did hang up at least 3 players from Infuse back here onto A. They really couldn't do anything at all. They will be capping this, or having this 2-flag cap, and they are going to be taking the lead here in just a second.
And this is interesting. This is about how the previous map, Lankang Dam, went. It was neck and neck right up until the 150, 140 ticket mark, and at that point, Infuse was able to pull away. But at this point, Mayhem looking decent here on their map pick, Gold Mud Railway. And I was surprised to see, I think it was Conifier was using the F2000. Again, DLC weapons legal in CEVO. So that new DLC gun, the F2000, I haven't used it. I don't know if you have, Brett. Is it a decent gun, or is he just trying to show off by using it?
I have absolutely no idea. So we are going to be having quite the exchange happening over here onto C flag, as it does look like Infuse was able to take that out. 4 of their players going to be coming back up, trying to reinforce B, and they actually are going to be making it in time. We do have 3 players from Mayhem going to be trying to go on the backside. Nice double pick right there for Pesty, and there goes the 3rd right there. I believe that was Revo who ended up capping that out. So nice job on that, and they will be getting the burn back into their favor. So, you know, right there, not quite able to get out in front of it, as Mayhem only evened up the score, really. Now Infuse is going to be back in the seat. I don't know. It's not looking too good right now. as I said before, you can win this map C and B. So, especially a team like Infused, who has some really good guns on their team, and they have some good map sense also. I would imagine that they are going to be pretty comfortable in this situation.
Yeah, at this point, I'm thinking Infused is probably going to be able to pull away. We're watching from Assault, who goes down to, I think that was Revo. He's solo pushing into the Gray House. It looks like they are going to take control of it. Are Infused. It was a nice job as they do maintain the BC hold. We're going to watch from PD1's perspective. He's on the backside of the B house. He goes down to Pesty, peeking through the window. Bambi nades out from the top of Gray House. And it looks like they're holding fast here, but a couple of Mayhem's players on the backside of B pushing in. Watching Fix trying to get a pick through the window, dropping a med pack for himself. Slow planted, but gets flanked by Pesty. Good game sense by Pesty, takes him down. But Mayhem, PD1, coming in and getting the kill and the res on his teammate. But Revo has rotated to the backside of the B flag, and just a really nice job by Exertus holding on to this, Infused holding on to this B flag.
Yeah, we're seeing Infused just winning all of their gunfights right now. I mean, if you look at the KDs, you know, Mayhem, 4-11, 4-8, 4-7, 7-11. I mean, nobody is positive right now on their team, and it's just coming down to the fact that they're not able to win their gunfights. Now, that's not to say that they're going to be losing this matchup, because I have seen teams go negative and win just because they were on the flags. We will be seeing B and C both getting contested. C is going to be trading at the moment, though, but now we're going to be seeing Infused with the more powerful setup here. It'll be interesting to see if they get real aggressive, which it does look like they're going to be doing, as they sent 2 into C flag right now. We're going to have Pesty actually on the other side of the road, as well as Tom sitting over here on the backside of Dorms, the initial spawn for the Chinese team. So kind of an interesting situation there, pressuring up that far. I would imagine that you would want to play a little bit more defensive there. But then again, they're winning a lot of their gunfights. They're feeling pretty confident right here. It's 136 to 72. They're really starting to get that lead even further and further and further apart. C flag is going to go back into their favor. And honestly, Mayhem, they're just playing, you know, from behind here. They really, it feels like Mayhem doesn't know what to do at this point.
Yeah, they're kind of in desperation mode. They were doing the similar thing on Lankang Dam, basically just throwing bodies at flags, hoping to win the Zerg. But a team like Infused, too disciplined, too strong, has a huge... That was a Tom Brady nade there from Pesty. Nice nade there, moving in on the B flag. And again, Infused is being supremely aggressive, supremely confident. Going to go for the triple cap, as it looks like... Yeah, we're getting all of Mayhem spawning onto the Purge side, on the far side of the map. They're going to make a desperation push onto the C flag, but already we're seeing... It looks like, yes, Exertus is setting up, holding him back. Fix goes down from Conifer. We're watching Bambi's perspective. He's on top of flags, but he's going to retreat, and it looks like they might concede the C flag and trying to set up for the AB hold, as, yes, we do see 2 from... Mayhem push up onto the C flag. They're going to nooch it and take control. That's PD1 and Janitor. We got Bambi and Flags. Kind of slow playing it over here. But B is actually getting noosed. Nope. Immediately going down from Tom in the gray building. And Exertus, calculated push onto the C flag, going back for that triple cap. They're just being really aggressive here, Brett.
Honestly, at this point, they can afford to be really aggressive. I mean, they're playing at complete ease right now. They won the first map. They're winning this one quite dominantly. It's 130 to 23. Really, Mayhem is going to have to pull a magic rabbit out of their hat or something, because this is just not going to be happening for him. As Cone of Fire able to take 2 players down as he's pushing up onto that A cap, and they're going to be going for a 3 cap right now. So Mayhem, I mean, they're just not able to do much at all, as we are going to be seeing them finally going to be cleaning up, just now getting a flag cap of their own. 12 tickets left to go.
It's too little too late at this point.
It's going to be too late. The first round of the second map is going to go into their favor, or Infuse's favor here, as they really took this with commanding fashion. And I think that Mayhem actually would have been better on lockers.
On lockers. I was just the same thing.
Not because they're a better team on lockers, but because Infused is a worse team on lockers. Honestly, I think that really is, this type of map right here really plays to Infuse, like Lansing Dam. You saw that before. They feel very comfortable on that style of map. It's got a lot of open areas. It's got a lot of height advantage, and it's a 3 flag L map, whereas the Metro map, or not Metro, the Lockers map is a tri-flag, and it's a little bit more balanced out. You don't have to worry about levels as much, and in the past they've struggled on that particular map. So possibly Mayhem could have done a little bit more homework on Infused, and maybe have seen some of their weaker maps and gone with it there. But we'll see what it has to do. 120, 125. That's almost an impossible number to beat with only 200 tickets, and it's make it or break it. If they lose this, they're out. They're out of the tournament. It's done. And quite frankly, I just don't think they can do it.
Yeah, I don't think they have it in them either. It was much the same in this first round of the second map as it was in the previous map. It was pretty close to start, I think right around that 150 ticket mark. And Infused is just able to figure out what they're doing and put their foot on the gas pedal, and they don't look back. And they ended up ultimately winning by 122 tickets, and that's a lot to make up against an experienced and strong team like Infused. I think they're going to defeat Mayhem and move on to the next round of Face No Mercy. We'll see. Mayhem has surprised us before in this tournament. Here's the breakout, Brett.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what comes out of it, but I don't know. It'll be hard. Mayhem going to be going for a 3-2 split, and we're actually seeing a 4-1 split for Infused, as they're going to be putting 4 players over here onto Charlie flag, 1 down into Alpha. If Revo holds on here, this is going to be a beautiful setup, and he does end up going down. I was about to say, if he won that fight there with Swagner, that is just opening up for a world of hurt. C-Flag is going to be getting heavily contested now. It looks like, I don't even know who's winning right now. It looks like Mayhem was able to come out on top in that exchange. We are going to be seeing both players from Infuse going down. So C&B is going to go into their favor. The bleed will start to go, will start to tick down. It'll be interesting to see what Mayhem can do with this. They need to get basically a perfect hold on this and hold it the entire game for them to come back and win.
Yeah, really not likely, as we're watching from Fixed Plan. Slow from the top of flags. He sees one jump off the top of red building. Long distance shots, and he's not really going to hit any of them. We're seeing Exertus, Revo, coming on the backside of B flag. Coming through B house. Ooh, a little bit aggressive as Janitor catches him sleeping and lays him out. It's 196 to 178. Great start for Mayhem, but still, they're going to have to play it perfectly as B is getting nooched. We're seeing Conifer push into the B flag, but Mayhem winning the day. There's 3 of them there, but they don't have control of Gray Building as 2 of Infused are there watching Bambi, but he gets taken out. That looks like assault there, so nice job by Mayhem maintaining control of B flag, but just like that, we're seeing Infused with a 3-man spawn push over on the C flag. They're going to take control of that. Oh, Conifer getting a little too confident. Gets taken out by the only of Mayhem over there. It looks like that was PD1. They will maintain control of this BC hold.
Yeah, they will. It's a triple cap now in favor of Mayhem. And this is what they need. They need to get this trip cap going on. They've only lost about 8 tickets so far. They're looking fairly strong in their gunfights, as we're seeing them pulling up into the positive range, whereas Infused is starting to lose a lot more of them. So it'll be interesting to see what comes out of this. If they pull this off, this will be a really good comeback for them, a really good morale boost as well. And it'll be interesting what Infuse is going to be coming off the back end of this, as we do see 4 of them now probably going to be caught out into the open here, and Swagner going to be able to pick up 2. And possibly a 3rd one going to be going down here pretty soon, as all of Infuse was almost obliterated there. Bambi, the only one that survived, and he's going to be kind of left standing there like, what the heck just happened, guys? We got wiped. And once again, we're going to be seeing a 3 cap going into the favor of Mayhem. So, maybe that overconfidence is coming to bite them in the butt.
Yeah, maybe Mayhem finally put it together. Guns heating up. Pesty peeking over the wall here at A. Slow playing it with that Scar. And it's a triple cap that's being held for a little bit of time here. No, we're watching Tom. I think that's Phantom pushing up onto the C flag. He's going to take control of it, slow playing it. And it looks like we also have a simultaneous push on both of the other flags, A and B. We got Revo over on B, all in his lonesome. He's going to take that pretty quickly. Bambi, meanwhile, over on A. And it could be a flip-flop. Could be a triple cap here with a headshot on PD1 from Bambi. And just like that, Exertus completely Infused, keep calling him Exertus, flips the table and makes the trip cap on Mayhem.
Yeah, that was a really, really good switch up there, as we are seeing them completely dominating right now. And I gotta say, Bambi doing a really great job holding down onto A by himself. He was able to pick up at least 2 kills there while he was capping it out. and they are going to be able to take out another one on A. So Mayhem kind of struggling a little bit here. They're a little bit frazzled as we're seeing them really, really spread apart. They need to be making a push over here on Alpha. I know that it seems like it's going to be too hard of a flag to take, but they got to get something now. They got to get a bleed in their favor. 160 to 115, that's not near enough. Really, to go back into this position, they needed to get at least another 40 tickets burned in their favor, in order to make a mistake like this. And with them making a mistake this early, I don't know if it's going to happen. Code for Fire almost taking out 2-piece there, as he was doing really well. C-Flag going to get contested as well, but I think Infused will be able to hold on. And Infused, they may have slipped up a little bit, but I think they got it under control now. They know what their problem was. They're starting to fix it. Tom is doing really well, 10-2. You're also going to be having Bambi with 9-7, as well as Revo with 9-7. So they're starting to get the frags underneath their belt. They're starting to push up. They're starting to work together a lot more as a team, as we're seeing them. To me, anyways, it looks like their communication is a lot better now. They're starting to hit their positions, and they know where the team is reinforcing, as we just saw a massive spawn in coming in over there onto Perch side. And Mayhem really going to be caught out in the open with 3 cap once again.
And it just seems like Infused has an answer for everything that Mayhem is throwing at them, and they have thrown everything at them, including the kitchen sink, as it's a trip cap in favor of Infused. Fix pushing through the C flag, gets taken down by Tom. That's Phantom. PD1 rocking that shorty. Takes out Tom through the window. Comeback bonus. He's got one around the corner. Oh, he drops a backpack, takes down Bambi. That's a little bit of a payback for him. So nice 2-kill for PD1, but he gets taken down through the window by Pesty, but his teammate Janitor cleans that up. So Mayhem maintaining control of the C flag. Conifer, he's coming through with that F2000, still rocking that. Wastes Speedy 1. He's looking for the second. Gets the 2-piece on Janitor. Beautiful play there by Conifer to take control of C, and it looks like it could be another triple cap for Infused, as only one man from him. That's Fix over here on, it looks like, the A flag. He's kind of in the A building, just playing it slow. And it is a momentary triple cap, but A is getting nooched. Assault goes down. Looks like that's Bambi over there maintaining control. But C flag is going to go under the control of Mayhem. 107 to 99. So actually, this map is over. It was a 122 ticket win in the previous round. So this match is over. Infused has won it.
This is officially done. We will be seeing them moving on, or Infused moving on in the future, as they are going to be playing up against No Mercy, I believe on Wednesday or Sunday. I don't know when it is. We had some scheduling mess-ups happen pretty bad. So anyways, we should be seeing that match happening here pretty soon. I don't know. No Mercy has been one of those teams where they've shown a lot of promise. They've surprised me several times. I don't know. It'll be interesting to see what comes out of that. I still think Infused just has it. They have more experience. They have better teams to scrim against. They've been playing in more cups, more tournaments. They have not only the gameplay experience underneath their belt, but they have the tournament experience underneath their belt. So I just think that they have all around the better setup in the losers bracket right now to take it to the finals.
Yeah, I would certainly agree with you there. And No Mercy, honestly, I don't know. I feel like they would have a chance, but I don't know if their hearts are in it on this. And they don't have the experience against the top opponents like Exertus Infused hashtag does. And they've just kind of dominated a Project Mayhem team that really surprised us in the playoffs, beating some pretty strong teams in the winners bracket before ultimately losing to Epsilon. But their fairy tale comes to an end here against Infused. They do win in 2 maps, and next week it's going to be Siege of Shanghai, which is the first map. Now, you think that favors either team, or do you think it really doesn't matter the map with Infused and their experience?
Honestly, I don't know what to expect from it. Siege of Shanghai is one of the worst maps in the game right now for domination.
Have they fixed the spawns?
And I really don't know. But it's really one of the worst maps for it. It comes down to just a straight up, that's almost just a straight up TDM match. And with the rooftops being allowed, it'd be interesting to see if No Mercy and Infused both agree to not use them, or what, or even if they come into play. I don't know. But I don't know what's going to be coming out of that matchup. No Mercy has been a solid North American team. They've never been the best, but they certainly are not the worst. They are a solid team. They have a lot of good players on their roster. So it really, I don't know. That's all I can say is I don't know. I haven't seen enough of No Mercy to really tell you, and I certainly haven't seen enough of No Mercy here recently, just because there really hasn't been a whole lot going on to tell you how they're doing. You know, they haven't been playing in any cups for me to watch them. They haven't. I haven't seen them play in anything at all.
Only seen maybe one or two.
Yeah, so I really don't know. It's gonna be a good match, I hope.
Yeah, so there you go, folks. We really don't know what to expect, so you guys should tune in to find out what happens as Infused moves on to the lower bracket round 7, and the winner of that match will face Slap in the lower bracket finals. Of course, the winner of that match goes on to face Epsilon, which we all think is going to basically win this tournament. But hey, you know, more surprising things could have happened. Certainly appreciate you guys tuning in. You know, good season to Project Mayhem. They surprised a lot of people. I think they impressed a lot of people with their performance. You know, they got a lot of heart, Brett. They did well, but ultimately just didn't have the guns to compete with the likes of Infused here in this matchup. We certainly appreciate you guys for tuning in, and we will be back either on Wednesday or Sunday. We're not exactly sure, but certainly follow the channel and follow Sivo on Twitter, and we'll keep you updated on that to let you know. Brett, you got any closing words?
Yeah, best way to know when to follow or when we're going to actually be doing something, guys, is to follow us on, oh my God, that's loud. Holy shit, close that. Woo! Okay, guys. Wow, back up. Had a ad just pop up, and that was really loud. Woo. Anyways, if you guys want to follow, best way to do it is on Twitter, @Sivo. You can also follow us on Twitter. Follow the casters. You follow Mess and myself. If you, we basically tweet every single time we go live. Follow the Twitch channel. I know it doesn't usually update on email, you know, for a couple of minutes, sometimes 30 minutes or so. But you know, hey, follow it anyways. It'll give you an update eventually. If you guys miss these matches, if you missed the first part, the second part, third part, my part, his part, any part at all, you can go to our YouTube channel, youtube.com/playsivo, and check it out there. So anyways, we do appreciate everybody coming out. Sorry that I came in at the last second. I may have messed up Mess's flow because we all know he's a beautiful and awesome solo caster. But anyways, guys, take it easy. That is it, and we'll see you next time.
Peace out.